Danger Dolan. From intruders in the home living there for months without your knowledge, to aliens that rock back and forth on your front porch, we count 15 frightening true stories from the folks over at Reddit. A link to the full set of stories is in the description box below.
Number 15.
A story from Bon Max Bon Rock about a girl asked to babysit some kids. She sent them to bed around 9 PM and went off to do her own thing, watching TV and getting some homework done. From inside the basement, she heard rustling and pans falling over. Instead of going down to check, she phones the police and informs them there might be someone down there. Instead of a single patrolman turning up at the house, an entire SWAT team breaks in and searches the basement, only to find a man who happened to be wanted for multiple cases of rape in the area, citing they heard someone listening in on her phone call. Suffice to say, she was glad not to have personally inspected the basement all alone.
Number 14.
A story from Descendant about this father going through a divorce, and in the meantime he stays with his own mother, who claims the house is haunted by the shadow of a girl walking room to room. Since he and his wife share custody of his daughter, on some nights she stays with her mother and others her father. One particular week in the middle of the night, the father is on the computer. Out of the corner of his eye, he catches his daughter sneaking into the kitchen, where she stops dead and stares at him for a few minutes. But he doesn't look at her, since he figured she would just go back to bed, which she did. And when he checked on her a while later, he realized with a sick feeling in his gut that her bed was empty. She had been staying at her mother's that week.
Number 13.
A story from Lumos the Nox. This one father has a son aged about 4 or 5 called Hunter. When he gets bad dreams, he'll climb into his parents' bed. One particular night, the father hears his son calling from the next room, only he doesn't say dad, he calls him by his full name. When the father goes to check on Hunter, asking what's up, he finds Hunter asleep, and when roused, Hunter merely mentions, "Dad, when they call you, you're not supposed to answer." The next morning, Hunter doesn't remember anything that happened.
Number 12.
So Reddit user Big Soul 81 claims that when he was a kid, he would be flicking through his old television antenna trying to get a signal. One day at around 2 AM, he found one with a strange rhythmic crackling sound that went for a while before cutting itself dead. Instead, a voice crops up to whisper, "It doesn't work, we're already dead, we are already dead." It took a few seconds for the words to hit him, but when it did, it freaked him out. And though he claims it might have just been someone messing around with a transmitter somewhere else, it still scared the living shit out of him.
Number 11.
Spectre, Alabama. A person vacationing in Ithaca